Hey guys, this is Prashant Rao, sitting here on a Friday night, just reviewing my trades this week. This week's been great. Couple of really good hitters. One was Restoration Hardware, ticker symbol RH, and this stock was there was a signal generated for RH on the 25th of November. And somebody in my trading group looked at it and said, "Hey, can you take a look at this? The stock is down like 70% and it's generating a buy signal. I'm not sure this makes sense." So then I looked at the charts and it turned out that this was basically a gold mine. It's just sitting there waiting to explode. And it's practically completely bottomed and there's nowhere for it to go but up. Right, so Thursday afternoon, RH released their earnings and the stock went up, nearly 15 point something percent, made a huge move. And that was one big win this week. The others that I traded this week were John Deere, ticker symbol DE, which also made a fairly big move, and Disney, ticker symbol DIS, which also made a massive move. Aside from that, I did trade some IWM calls, which is the Russell 2000. That was out of my own hunch. I figured after the Fed rate cut, the beneficiaries of that would be small caps, much more than large caps. So that was a hunch. That was just based off my trading experience and experience in the markets in general. So those were, I think, some of the big ones. This morning, I think the Nasdaq was down nearly 2%. And yesterday, when I looked at the signals, it seemed pretty odd. And then when I had a closer look at the charts, it seemed like the signals were actually right. So I did make a post this morning at 9 a.m. when it was down like 2%. How would I know it's going to be down? I mean, nobody can be absolutely sure, but I was it was a high probability scenario, so I was fairly sure that it could drop. Again, markets are typically counterintuitive. Right? You might think something's going to happen, but the opposite happens. And it's not the other way around either. It doesn't mean just because you think it'll go down, you just hit the buy signal, right? So it kind of doesn't work that way. There's a book that I read a long time ago from Ken Fisher. It's called Beat the Crowd. And I think there's a chapter called The Great Humiliator, Markets, the Great Humiliator. Right? If you ever know someone who thinks they're right all the time, I would recommend that you ask them to trade the markets. And I guarantee you that in a few days, they'll change it from I was right to I was wrong, right? So it's one of those things that just takes away your ego. And you learn to respect the market and respect what it says, right? So the nice thing about AI is it has no sense of greed or fear, respect, disrespect, political affiliations, none of that stuff, right? So it looks at data objectively and tries to figure out what's going on. So that's the beauty of data-driven approaches. And that's what we're trying to do here at retailtrader.ai. So do give it a try. I think at $34.99 or whatever it is right now is practically free. I mean, even a lunch these days costs a lot more than that. So do give it a shot. That number is not even going to be a smallest dent in my income. So it's not like I'm trying to sell you something that something that doesn't give you value. I'm just trying to help as many people as possible because I think the system works great. So do give it a shot, and if you don't like it, just ping me. I'm happy to refund 100% of the money. You can also cancel online anytime. So don't hesitate to try it out. I normally don't post my account results from my account, but these days, given the number of scamsters that are out there, and this is a field where there are an incredible number of scamsters. They claim all sorts of things, exceptional results, but I have nothing to show for it. Right? So I don't want to be that person. I will post the details from my account. I think the last time I posted it during Thanksgiving, it was probably sitting at 75% gains this year. Right now, it should probably be around somewhere in the 80s or 90s. So we'll see when the brokerage count refreshes its metrics. So I will add that here. But other than that, have a great weekend. Give it a try and do let me know what you think. All right, take care. Bye.